G'day everybody. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Mick.
And I'm Donna.
And together we are Mad Adventures. Welcome to the first ever episode of our Australia trip. We have both now recently retired.
Yay!
From our full-time employment roles, and tomorrow we leave Perth for our first leg of our trip. We thought some time back that we would make these videos to show family and friends where we're at and what life's like living out of a caravan on the road. We certainly realise that every day will not be picture postcard material.
And we might not all get on every day.
No, yeah, that's just the way it is. It'll be no different to being at home, really. Things will go wrong and mistakes will be made, but we just got to put that down. That'll be all part of the journey.
Yep.
Okay. This is the first time for us, as you'll see, of using a GoPro, and we're also taking a drone, which I've had for several years, but I still consider myself an absolute amateur when it comes to using one. So things like editing and uploading videos will be challenging at best initially. It's just something we're not familiar with, and it's going to be all new to us. So don't expect greatness in the initial first few videos, because yeah, it's a learning curve for us, and it's something we will try and improve on. And half the reason we're doing this is something to learn on the way, and just another interest we can do for ourselves while we're on the road, learning how to do this and just get better as we go.
So if you're watching this, that means we've managed to edit something to a degree and you're able to watch it. So well done us.
This trip has been in the making since 2021. When we first ordered our new caravan, which at the time that was during COVID, which we were told when we first ordered it would take 2 years to build, and it was just about bang on, just under 2 years before we got delivery of that van in 2023, which was the year we both took long service leave. And that was our shakedown trip for that van. We went over to South Australia along the Murray River, and that was kind of the shakedown trip we had with that van. And that's when we realised that certainly when we retire, this is the sort of lifestyle we would like to do, you know, get out on the road and enjoy the country and see what there is to see.
And slow our life down a bit.
Yeah. We're certainly not new to caravanning. We've been caravanning since we first got married, when we first borrowed Donna's mum and dad's van, and we used to holiday when the kids were quite young up in places like Exmouth and later on in Shark Bay, and down towards the blowholes near Carnarvon. So caravanning to us is not new, and towing a caravan is not new to me. So that side of it, you know, we do have a little bit of experience. We've certainly never done anything more than a 7-week trip, but yeah, at least it's something we're not new to, and it's something else we've got to learn on the way.
Yeah, it's just getting familiar again with living in the caravan, because we haven't done it for a little while.
Yeah.
To do all your checks and all that sort of stuff, so we don't leave the foot of the caravan jack behind and things like that happened the first time, but that's all part of the adventure.
So initially we had a Isuzu D-Max, which in 2024 we were fortunate enough to be able to buy a 300 series Land Cruiser, which we almost started immediately fitting it out so we could use it as a touring rig long term, you know, so we could stay off grid for days, come weeks on end, with the electrical system and everything which goes along with that. You know, it's not a cheap exercise, but It's not something we're going to swap out anytime soon, you know, and update. So yeah, each week we would dedicate, you know, a certain amount of our wages to just something else which was going to be required to make our trip just that bit more comfortable. Okay. So where are we going? And
everywhere.
When are we going? So obviously we're leaving tomorrow, and we're heading initially with our first leg tomorrow. We're just going down to Mount Barker, where Donna's brother lives. We'll stay there for a few days, and we'll make our way across to Albany. We'll go into Hopeton for a couple of nights before going to Donna's other brother's place in Esperance, where we'll stay there, before making our way across the Nullarbor towards, you know, later on this month. So yeah, hopefully that trip across there will be not too warm, but you know, if it's warm, we'll just do big Ks. But ideally, if the weather's cool, we'll do it over 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah, definitely. And
have a couple of camps along the Nullarbor, which would be nice. Yep. And then once we get to South Australia, we intend to spend at least, well, not at least, probably around a month on the Eyre Peninsula, revisiting what we visited in 2023, this time with no timeline, so we'll be able to stay where we kind of really want to stay for longer, like back in 23 where I went a 6-week lead time, so we just had to keep moving, you know. So yeah, we'll have a good look around the Eyre Peninsula, and then go into the neighbouring peninsula the following month, and spend some time in the York Peninsula. After that, we won't go any further south. We won't go down into Adelaide or anything like that. We'll start making our way up through the centre. So we'll go up through the Stuart Highway, where we'll go into... Yeah, we'll visit time at Uluru and Cooper Pedy and all those places along the way, heading up towards the top end. Once we get up to Katherine, we want to sneak back into WA and have a look at Kununurra. I haven't been to Kununurra for over 30 years, so somewhere I've only spent a very short time, so somewhere I want to have a look at again and spend a week or so there. And we also plan to sneak out to have a look at the east side of the Gibb River Road, maybe travel down as far as the Pentecost.
Yeah.
Go and have a look at El Questro, see what all the hype's about there.
Yep.
And
turn around.
Yeah, turn around. That's as far west as we'll go. Then we'll turn around and we'll head back through Kununurra, back to Katherine, and then head up to Darwin. Darwin's somewhere we're both excited to visit, spend some time there. Not necessarily in the heart of Darwin, but surrounding Darwin. There's lots of nice places, you know, in the top end. We'll spend some time there before we head you know, east across the Savannah Way, into far north Queensland. Once we get over towards Cairns, we'll head up as far up as Cooktown. I wouldn't imagine we'll get any higher than that.
No, not still.
Once we get to Cooktown, that'll be our furthest north we travel. We're not planning to do the Cape York or anything on this trip. That's something we've kind of got earmarked for another time. Maybe do it with a group or, you know, another couple. That's something we'll talk about later on. So yeah, we'll just have a look around that top end of, you know, Cooktown, and then we'll start heading down the east coast, down into central Queensland, where we've also got friends who live there now, which we'll catch up with and spend some time with them. And yeah, keep working our way down. Then we'll get into New South Wales.
Yeah.
There's plenty of nice places to have a look at along the coast. We'll predominantly come down the coast. we won't do any inland travel of Queensland on this particular trip.
No.
I've always had the
Love of the coast.
love of the coast. Where, you know, every time we've holidays, it's always
Right, we're back on.
right. We're back. A little bit of a technical error there.
The first of many, I'm sure we will encounter.
I don't know what happened. Anyway, as I was saying, we'll make our way down the Queensland coast, following the coast, and then we'll sneak into New South Wales.
Yeah.
Again, stay along the coast. We won't venture into the hills or anything on this trip, and make our way down to Bathurst.
Yep.
Which will be as further as south we'll get before we have to head back across the middle of Australia and head home for our niece's wedding in November, which will be down in the southwest of WA. That'll be November. Come December, lead up to Christmas, we'll probably float around the southwest a little bit, have a look at that before the school holidays start, and then we'll spend Christmas at home.
Yep.
With the family. And at this stage we're planning to perhaps get on the ferry come March. I imagine we'll jump on the ferry and go across to Tasmania. We'll take the van across there as well, obviously, and we'll spend probably 8 weeks.
Yeah. Only get a one-way ticket over. And
yeah, we just get to go one way, and we'll see how we go. We may say, you know, after 6 weeks we've had enough, and we'll head
get
back.
But when we can.
There's still like all that bottom end of Victoria, New South Wales, which we'll go and have a look at,
Yep.
And then see how the months go. But we may creep back up into even as bottom end of Queensland again,
Yeah.
and have another look. Perhaps go on the inland road and have a look. And then coming home, I'd like to do the Great Ocean Road, and
Yeah.
then come along the bottom of the South Australia coast,
Yeah.
back into Victor Harbour areas again where we visited in 2023.
Yes.
But very nice down there. We really enjoyed ourselves when we were there, and spend some more time there before heading back north again, and we'll do the Flinders Ranges,
Yes.
where we'll spend some time there before heading home. So that's kind of 2027 kind of penciled in. Nothing's concrete with any of that yet, but that's the plan. We'll see how things go, and yeah, so tomorrow morning it's pull out time, and we hitch up, and it's all become real now.
Has.
All the talk and all the days of thinking about, you know, what we need and where we're going to go. It's all come to tomorrow now. We're off. So until tomorrow morning, guys, we'll film our departure, and we'll be heading off down south. So thanks for listening. If you got this far, you've done great, and we'll catch you again in the morning. See you later.
Yeah. Cheers.
Good morning, everybody. Today's the day we head off, so time to connect the van up, do everything which needs to be done to secure the van to the car, and we'll finish up inside the house, and we'll be off on the road. So time to go. Just let it warm up for just a tad. And then we'll back her up onto the ball. Haven't done this for a little while, so hopefully things will get a bit quicker and easier as days go by. Okay, so we should be over the ball now. And we undo this. Just like that. We're on. So connect all the wires and chains up now, and we're good to go.
Right, here we are, the 7th of February 2026, about to leave for the first time. It's all good. My job is to make sure we don't take out the house on the way out. Bye. Yep, you're good. There she goes. Did the walk around. We haven't hitched up for a little while, so we did the walk around, make sure it's hitched up as required. Hubby's just going around the block and come back and get me. And the adventure begins. Very strange feeling this morning. I feel like I've sold my house or something. There she goes. See you a bit later, guys. Bye. Here we are passing through Perth for the last time in a long time.
No more capital cities now, probably until we get to Darwin, love.
Yep, exactly. Nice.
It's a few months down the track.
Yep. And how are you going this morning? How are you feeling?
Yeah, comfortable, it's good.
It's good. Van towing well.
Yep.
I've only towed it a couple of times with this 300, so
A couple of 100 k's under my belt, and the caravan will feel like it's supposed to be there. Nice to see the end of city chaos.
yeah, I've had enough of this. Right, we're just coming up to the Narrows on the Swan River. It's a beautiful day.
It's not peak hour workday traffic.
No, the traffic's not too bad at the moment. So yeah, so we've got Kings Park to the right of us there, and we have up the Swan River. River there.
That's it for Perth until November.
Beautiful.
Stopping off a couple of nights in Hopetoun. Come across from Mount Barker, heading towards Esperance. This is probably about halfway. So yeah, weather's a little bit grey. We had a little bit of rain overnight, but nice quiet little spot all the same.